I have some, is this a Swedish beer?
Yes, it is.
How do you pronounce it? Beckstead. Is it like Beckstead?
We're on the air.
Nice.
Can you move a little bit?
Oh, a little bit.
That's okay.
Here's yours.
That's okay.
Don't spill it.
We'll see. Ah. 9 viewers.
You!
That's
Yes.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm booked. Yeah. I think the time is on, and we welcome David Beckstead to Sweden.
Thank you.
How do you like Sweden?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I love it. It's actually surprisingly similar to where I live.
It is.
It's very similar. There's a lot of water and beautiful trees and farmland and barns and red barns, and it's very pretty. Yeah, it's very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's good.
And the ocean coast, similar to the ocean coast of Seattle, Washington State. Yeah, so, but I'm on closer to Idaho.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's great.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
We're looking forward to great workshops.
Oh, yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
And you and I have had a marvelous day today.
Oh,
yeah. So
it was a really nice day. Yeah. Beautiful day.
1 minute about yourself. Who are you?
Oh, let's see. I'm a wedding photographer used to be based out of Arizona, and I started my business in 1996 as a pro. And I did every type of photography. We're talking including portraits, commercial work, everything, aerial photography, everything. And then in 2000, I became a wedding photographer only because I enjoyed wedding photography so much. And then less than a year from there, I became a destination wedding photography only. And what that meant was I got a job in the UK as a wedding photographer. Then I got a job in Maui, Hawaii. Then I got a job in Italy. And after that, I said, wow, I love travel. Because I love to travel. I used to travel tons before I became a wedding photographer. So I became one of the only, at the time, one of the only destination wedding photographers. And so I wiped everything from my website and said, destination wedding photography, David Beckstead, with only 3 jobs on his website.
You have to have dreams.
I had dreams, and I knew that I wanted to travel and do my job and be passionate. So I'm a destination wedding photographer, and in the last 2 or 3 years, there's been a lot of call for me to talk to people around the world, and now I have split my time between wedding photography around the world and also teach around the world.
Yeah.
So I love that.
What do you like best?
Oh, both. They're both great. Yeah. They're equal. I just shot a wedding in Norway, and I loved it. Yeah. I had a blast shooting a wedding. Yeah. With my friend Hasse. He lives in Tromsø. Yeah. And I had visited him before, and I said, Hasse, I got to shoot a wedding with you. So he invited me recently, and I went up there to visit him and shoot a wedding with him. So it was a really good wedding.
Love that.
So a little bit of Aurora Borealis is just starting. It's not really there yet. Nice. It's a little beautiful in the sky. Yeah. And
is it always green?
No, it's different colors. Okay. This time it was only green. Yeah. But when it's very, very dark, and it's beautiful up in the winter, all different colors. Okay. They're really great.
Every picture I've seen is green.
It's more green. That's probably the most predominant color.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. Yeah. Great to hear. Some photo-related question. Where do you get your inspiration?
I try to get most of my inspiration outside of wedding photography. Yeah. So, there's, of course, some great wedding photographers out there. I love Jerry Hollis. He's amazing. And Joe Sink, wow. We're talking some pretty well-known photographers. And your event, wow. And there's there's people that are just new that are amazing photographers. But most of my inspiration comes from cinematography, movies, paintings, music. I get a lot of inspiration out of music. Actually, just the idea of a musician being an amazing artist turns me on to be a better artist. And so I get a lot of inspiration outside. I get a lot of inspiration right now out of fashion.
Fashion,
fashion. Recently, I've been getting a lot of inspiration out of fashion short films.
Short films,
And they're very similar to like MTV. But it's a new thing. It's been happening. I mean, it's been going on for a while, but now it's very popular. And so they'll have a fashion runway, and then they'll have the film being shown in the background, and that creates some very dynamic stuff. So I've been exploring those lately. Wow, the compositions, and I can learn from that. It's amazing stuff. So I try to get my inspiration outside the field of wedding photography, so I can bring something new to photography. So
that's good. That's good. Can you describe your style? What do you want people to feel when they see your pictures?
Maybe different than the average photographer. A lot of photographers feel, as wedding photographers, that they are providing a service to clients. And I take the different step, and I feel that I'm providing an artistic, creative process for myself. So I go at weddings as something that I want to do, something that I love to shoot and do something different at a wedding. And so I'm shooting. When I click the shutter, I click the shutter for myself. So I find that my style seems to gravitate towards composition and dynamic imagery and things that are different. When people say, oh, I just love to just shoot the clients and I love to find emotion. Well, I do those too, but I find that my style seems to generate from within, and that I don't seem to take things from the client, that this is what the client is about. I want to do what I want to do, and the client will love what I do or not. And if they love what I do, then they book me. And then I produce a style that I like. So more graphic, a little fashion. I love composition, so I love lines and reflections and shadows and background, and the people become a counterpoint to my backgrounds. And of course, I take the emotional element. I take close-ups. I take safer shots. I take traditional shots. I take photojournalistic shots. But then I also have a lot of these high graphic style fashion imagery that I like to shoot. So they get all of it.
That's good. I think everybody is searching for their own style. Do you have some tip for for us to how to find your own style?
One way, well, first thing, you have to go at a wedding differently. I think you have to. It can't all be about them. It has to be some about you. So if you have to start grabbing that, it takes a little bit of time. If it's only about them and about your clients only, it's difficult to grab a style.
It must come from your.
It has to come from here. If it comes from your heart, and you start finding and searching what you love to do, not what clients want you to do, then you start to search for your own style. And then one way I find that's really great to do your own style, or to find your style, is to look at your images in thumbnail form. So let's say we often, when we edit, we'll look at them in large, and we'll look at each image large, and we'll compare them, and we'll pick the ones we like the best. But a lot of times we don't look at how we are going compositionally and in thumbnail form. So we'll look at all the thumbnails. If we look at all the thumbnails, you can start comparing these thumbnails to each other and see kind of where you're going with your style. So before you edit, look at all your images in thumbnail form. The thumbnails. Look at them, all of them. Look down, 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 and look at them further away, and you'll visually start seeing compositional things that you're doing. Maybe you're shooting up close too often. Maybe you're using 70-200 too much. You know,
I do.
Yeah. Maybe you're not using a wide angle very often. Maybe you're tilting your images too often. Maybe you're shooting mostly verticals or mostly horizontals. These are things that you'll see if you look in the thumbnail form. You don't see it. When you're seeing only one at a time, you don't see it as well. So look at them in thumbnail form, you'll start to see. And then when you edit, you do all your work, then look at it again one more time to get a good feel of what you've done and what you've decided to pick. And then the next one, and keep doing that. And I find that the thumbnails really give you a good, because what happens with the thumbnails, you divorce yourself from the emotional element of the image. So you see it large, and you start seeing their teeth and their emotional element, their faces, their eyes. You go small, and you start seeing shape and line better. So then you see your compositional things. So if you're spending too much time taking this shot only, then you know, you're seeing so many of those. That means you're taking portraits at weddings. Too many of them.
And you can't see where the wedding are because you only see.
You're only doing this, right? If you're only doing this, then you don't even realize it, and you see your thumbnails, you go, dang, I did 50% of my pictures are vertical portraits. And you're like, well, I should change that, you know? So you see the negative, and you see the positive. And the positive are the ones who, like, that image is amazing. Let's pull it up. I love that shot. When you start falling in love with an image, that's where the shot comes from. You go, that is amazing. Like today, you took a picture of this amazing veil. Right, it was flying in the air with the sun up here, and you're like, and you were just you want to just keep looking at it, right? You were looking at it every time you want to look at it again. Right? That's where your style comes from. You're like, wow. When you go, wow, that's amazing. Then that's where then you put that aside and you go, okay, that's where my style is going. When you're excited about an image, those are where your style comes from. So then you build upon those styles. I want to do more of that. Instead of just that only, you know.
So I think that's important. It comes from
here. And you can get amazing, like whoever's coming to my workshop tomorrow, I appreciate you guys are great, and I want you to learn some stuff, and it's going to be amazing. But there's no way you can get a style if you say, all right, now I'm David Beckstead for a year. It's not going to help you. You have to say, okay, I take something from David Beckstead, I take something from somebody else. But then you find it's from here. It kind of comes from here. The only way to get a style is to come from your heart. You can't pull styles from other photographers. You have to go, what do I love? So I can tell you right now that I have to be honest, I'm not turned on by emotion. I'm an emotional person. I love my family, and I have a great time. But when I go to a wedding, I don't go, oh, you know, I'm not pulled in by the emotion so much, and that's okay. It's not a problem.
My daughter cried. She didn't say anything.
You know, and that's okay. I'm not pulled by the emotion that much, but some people are. I'm pulled by the composition, so the light. Oh my gosh, the light is behind them. You know, so I'm pulled by that. So, and I learned that. I find that your style comes from there. So if your style is to be pulled by the emotion, then become the best emotional photographer in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you pull that style and say, okay, if you love emotion and you want to capture the best emotion out of them, then that is your place. That's where you need to go. You know, there's nothing, and so tomorrow, the next day when I teach, it's not going to be say, this is what you need to do. I'm going to say, this is how I do it. You can learn some things, but you need to go back home and then start finding out where you want to go. You know? So,
that's good. So, interesting. Very interesting. If you go to a wedding with only one lens, which lens do you choose?
At this moment, right now, it would be the 24 or 1.4 that I have. So that would be a wide-angle view. I would be pretty sad to only go with a 7200 because that's not my favorite lens. That's my second favorite lens sometimes, but the 24 I need the wide. So I'd be missing some shots, but but I love that wide-angle feel. I could get a lot with that wide-angle. So I'd miss some shots, but if I had a 7200, I'd miss so much of my style that it would be more difficult. So.
You can use the walking zoom.
That's right. I can move anywhere I want. I just can't get too close. They become big, weird-looking people. Get too close to the 24. But I mean, I can crop them out or something. I don't know yet. I don't need many lenses. We all feel as photographers that we need all these lenses, and you know, I use a 24 1.4, a 50 1.4, and a 7200, and I just don't need anything else.
No.
Actually, that's all I need right now. So,
but what's in your camera bag more than the 24?
Yeah, 50 1.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
50?
1.4. Yeah. And a 7200. And I have a fisheye lens that I use on a infrared camera sometimes. Yeah. And I have an infrared camera that I use sometimes, occasionally, because I like that. Yeah. But really, I don't have much equipment. I don't need it. Really. A little video light. I have a flash to use at nighttime when the reception is going in the inside, and I don't use flash during the day at all.
Oh, okay.
It's not my style.
No.
I love people that can use flash really well. Yeah. This is not my favorite. I like to see their images, but it's not where I like to go.
How do you use it on the evening?
I place it straight on the camera. Yeah. Straight up with a little diffuser on top.
Okay.
Just go away. Go crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I've used it off camera. Yeah. And I found that I have just as much more fun, and it's fine on camera. Yeah. So, I mean, there are good things for having it off camera, but I have done it, and then when I put it, and then I realized that I don't like doing this all day long. I just like being on the camera and smiling and taking pictures of people and having fun and taking it that way. Yeah. So I find it works just fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you use infrared on real weddings too?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. During the portrait session, the hour I have the bride and groom, if there's some beautiful natural setting with some trees or some huge sky with some beautiful clouds, then I will use infrared. Yeah. If it's more urban, there's not a lot to take outside, then I won't pull it out of my bag. So, yeah.
When I look at your pictures, there are pretty much pictures with veil. How did that come up with veil?
We were talking about it today. I was turned on by Maxfield Parrish, a American painter that has passed away a long time ago, and I loved his style. And there was a painter that he had this girl with this kind of a veil wrapped around her and then flowing off in the wind. And that really got me thinking about bringing material to a wedding, or bringing material to some model shoots. And so I started buying tooling you can buy at a store, and it's like veil material, but not the veil. So long 20-foot, 50-foot veils, and then let them fly in the wind. And I found that the veil was an active element into the negative space of the sky. So it bring pointed lines compositionally to the bride, and then it would give something active to the space that I liked. So then I started using veils more and more because, but I don't bring them to weddings very often, but I'm going to start. I usually take them the day after shoot, and and like model shoots. I do a lot of practicing my craft. I practice a lot, and so I do model shoots. To practice what I want to do. So I bring the veils, and then, like we did today, we went out for a fun practice shoot just to play. So I brought the veil out, and we were playing and let it fly in the wind, and that added this active feel to the space. So,
that's good. Do you sometimes no paid jobs, just for playing around, or
many times, all the time,
you do?
A lot.
Yeah.
I want to get out and practice. Sometimes I have ideas. Yeah. Let's say today I want to work on reflections for 3 hours. Right? Yeah. That's the practice, right? And I want to work on today. I want to go out and find texture and work with texture. Yeah. So I come up with a challenge for myself and say, I want this kind of idea. Today I'm going to work on backlighting. And today I'm going to work on flare. All these different things. So I'll challenge myself and go out and work on these concepts that I want to work on. Yeah. At 1 or 2 or 3 concepts, usually sometimes just one concept, and I'll go out and practice the craft.
That's like a theme for the day.
A theme, for a couple of hours. You know, and I have 10 wedding dresses. They're cheap. I buy them on sale. I buy them for cheap ones, and then I'll find anybody that wants to get in a dress, and then we'll go out and play. anywhere, you know. I want, like recently, not too long ago, I wanted to shoot at a skate park. But I thought the skate park, if shot a certain way, would look like a modern art piece, like a modern architecture. And I wanted to shoot the skate park so it didn't seem like a skate park.
Okay.
And so I got a couple that wanted to do it, and we went out and had a blast. And I ended up getting amazing skate park shots because that was what I wanted to do. I wanted that skate park to look like, it's because, you know, skate parks, if they're a good skate park, they have amazing ovals and circles and all these amazing things that they, you know, and if you shoot them correctly, if you shoot them a certain way, then it's just these amazing circular lines and shades and tonalities that are amazing. So I had so much fun. We shot for 3 hours in the skate park, and the kids that were skating were like, yeah, shoot, and they would come flying by occasionally, and I'd add them in the picture and I'd show them. And most of the time I was trying to isolate them in a specific kind of thing so that it wouldn't feel like a skate park. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
Just take on a theme, take on an idea, and just go out and do it. A lot of people don't just go and do it. That's the problem with some people. It's difficult to come up with the idea just to go do it. And I try to teach people to, if you're going to be better at your craft, you have to just say, I'm doing it.
Yeah. And practice.
Yeah. If you want to be best at flash, then one single flash concept, a side flash or whatever, go out and get it done.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Go out and do it multiple times.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
We have some questions here.
Yeah.
Are you doing any advertising now, or just word of mouth when you're looking for new clients? I think it's for weddings.
Yeah, sure. I have developed in the years. I've been wedding photographer for 15 years, and I have developed a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
With photographers around the world, with international coordinators, with people that I've met all over the world that are in the industry. So you're talking florists in Vietnam and florists from here, you know, a coordinator that lives in New York that mainly does international weddings in Bahamas, and you know, these different people that I've met. So I have a list of people that I have worked with, and so most of what I do is word of mouth. And then if I want to work on a certain area, let's say I want to go back to Hawaii, then I put specific advertising in Hawaii.
Okay.
So I say, okay, I want to go back to Hawaii. So it was a while. It was like about 8 years ago. I said, I'd love to go to Hawaii and shoot a wedding. So I put advertising in Hawaii. I got one wedding, which helped me get the next wedding, which helped me get the next wedding. And next thing you know, I've done 15 weddings in Hawaii. You know.
But sometimes you have ads in a bride magazine.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've done that. I've done Bride Magazine, I've done internet, I've done Google AdWords, I've done Yahoo AdWords, I've done a lot of things. Yeah.
Do you send pictures to like florists, venues? And
Sure. I've done a lot of that. Just give them images. I have no problems giving high resolution images to people that have helped me, you know, in the field. I mean, we'll be doing, like today we had a florist that came, and I'll give them anything they want because. You know, they're not, most of those people don't use it in the way you think they're going to use it. And we're all trying to, it's good to help people. I prefer, it's not so great to be an island of wedding photographer and be so worried about everybody. You know, we get so uptight about everybody. And it's really better to find people that are like-minded and make groups and help each other. So much better.
Like that idea. One more question. Do you have an assistant when you shoot weddings?
Almost always. Even though I can shoot a wedding by myself, and it is a lot of fun to shoot a wedding by yourself. I like it too. And you can develop a brand that says, I only shoot by myself. That's not a problem. But my wife shoots with me most of the time. Okay. And I love to shoot with her. It's a lot of fun. We bounce off each other and we show each other images. And you know, there's a lot of connection. I've almost been married 20 years now. And there's a lot of connection between us. And I don't have a lot of technical things that I have to get done. I'm very fluid with my weddings, and we're fluid together, and we work really well together. And so she is my assistant, but in a sense, she also has all her own equipment, and she doesn't carry my stuff. And she shoots her own stuff. And she shoots in her own style, and I helped her develop her style. And so then she doesn't shoot in my style, so we have two separate styles.
Yeah.
And they come together and make a great image.
It works in an album.
Oh, works great. Yeah, because she likes the close-ups. Yeah. She likes the details. She likes the emotional element of the couple. Yeah. So then she's able to get some of these things that I'm not drawn to. You know. So here they are getting really kissy and romantic. She gets tight on them, and I pull back, and I get the overall scene. And those two work really well together. Yeah. So they make great albums and all that. So I develop her style. So you shoot the way you want, and so it's been. So yeah, I like shooting with another person. It's fun. So like I was in Norway and I shot with Hasse. I wasn't sure if he was going to be tough or what, but no, he was very cool. We both worked really well together. Yeah. You know, so yeah.
Social media, how do you think about that? Is it important for you?
Yeah, very important. In fact, I dropped my blog and went to Facebook, believing that Facebook was really a blog in a way, and basically is a blog. And I don't have time to blog everything. So basically, Facebook has been my strongest thing, and I think social media is great because you meet. The best thing about social media for me is that I'm surprised that the world is so flat, and next thing you know, I'm making a friend from Russia who knows somebody in Greece, who enjoys somebody in Sweden. You know, I mean, you end up getting all these people from different countries, and their common denominator is photography, or weddings, and you can speak all this language through Facebook, and it's great. I mean, I have a Facebook group called Abstract Canvas, and there's people from all over the world there, and they put and their names are so different. I'm like, where did you come from? It's from Israel. Where did you come from? They're from Croatia or something like that. And I get a chance to meet people. Like I met a guy about 4 years ago. His name is he was out of Slovenia, you know, and I never known where Slovenia was, you know, and his name is Milos, and I said, Milos, where is Slovenia? And he told me where it was, and I was like, I would love to go there someday. And he invited me. Next thing you know, Cassandra and I went to Slovenia. And we had so much fun in Slovenia. We went and did some model shoots, and we had a blast. Went down to Italy, and then I make a friend, you know? And this is all from social media and all from, you know, just being on the net. I love to meet people around the world, so I love to travel, and I love to meet people, so this is great. Yeah.
Do you do fashion shoots for like magazines or?
I have done fashion shoots, and I like them in one way and don't like them in another, and so I'm not always sure. I find that sometimes it's more of a commercial style shoot, and then the commercial people that are hiring you have very strong designs on how they want things done, and I have not jumped in the fashion industry that strongly yet. So if I did, then I'd want my style and want to really jump in there. And it's not always easy to get into a new system and say, you know, this is the way I want to do it. Because most of the time you start from the bottom and say, you do everything everybody else wants you to do. And then you work your way into a style where you can finally demand what you want to do. But I'd want to jump into fashion and say, this is me. And since I'm already in that field, feeling great in weddings, I've tested fashion, but I'm not there yet. I don't know if I really want to go there. So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's almost 30 minutes. We said 30 minutes. We're looking forward to the upcoming workshops, of course. And we say hello to Sarah, Niklas, and Jenny. And we are going there for some more beer.
Oh, wow.
And have a good time.
Good.
And looking forward, as I said, to these two workshops.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them also. I love to teach, and I love meeting people from different countries, and they're so open. When they take a workshop, they're very open to learning new things, and I have things that I'd like to tell people, and I just tell people, just go home and chew on it and decide on your own, but here's some concepts and ideas, and we're going to have a blast tomorrow, really good time. And they'll get some great imagery, and learn a lot of things. I stop people midway and say, oh, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm doing, and it's really fun, taking questions, and tomorrow is just going to be a great learning experience. Even for me, I learn things all the time.
You do?
Oh, yeah, all the time. So it's going to be fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the chat.
Cool. Yeah. It was fun.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Good.
See you soon.
All right.
See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye bye.